Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast from the host from Pearl Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero of psych defender of the fatherland. Of Theater 2v2 on Alliance of Defiance, and north of this VonManteuffel and HeartlessJaeger forming up here for the German army in Deutschland. Here with the 7th Panzer Division here with Grand Offensive and Spearhead, Storm and Assault Support in the south of this, PS3yes and Bulat fighting for the Red Army of the Soviet Union, Comrade Stalin. Hold the line here with the 12th Tank Corps. We got Mechanized Support here for Bulat, with anti-tank and ambush tactics, Guards of Infantry, Mark Vehicle, IL-2 Storm Extraction runs, the ISU-152, and we of course got Combined Arms, Mechanized Support again, and got Motor versus again Grand Defense with the Panzerfusilier, Smoke Bombs, Infantry Sturmgewehrs, Panzer Commander, and the Tiger Tank. So, off to the races we are here. Donkey special revenue card start for both solo players. Double Pioneer Team for HeartlessJaeger's usual goes for tier 2 rushes. With Punch, we've got double Sturm per Kuhwagen here. And as always, a big thanks to my patron supporters. Them and their support makes the Propagandacast possible. Thank as always. Other people enjoy the Patreon on Patreon. They can donate via PayPal. Links are in the video description. And, consider pre-ordering companies free. Via the link in the comments. Use the code STU3 written there. I should have comment, like, share, subscribe. So, anyways, Pioneers and Tunisia, first shots fired here by the western field point. East side there. Interesting, we're not really seeing either side making an aggressive approach here. In fact, we're seeing the Germans focusing hard west here, basically conceding, at least in a sense, the east field for now. Sturm pinning up in the center, and of course got in the west. Kuhwagen neck growing better territory on the east, perhaps acting as bait or diversion. We got Panzerfusilier now for VonManteuffel. Pioners was out here for PS3yes, Bulat going for a sniper scout cut, and HeartlessJaeger with 2 Pioneers, 2 MG42s. Versus a theoretical sniper build, but it's more on his teammates' side of the map. At Storm with ambush training for the machine guns could be a way to help get around the sniper. Pioners and news moving about there. West side we got the Pioneers machine moving up. Other Pioneers moving back for a bit of bar white. East side there, Kuhwagen ranch in the news. Keeping here, Bulat from seizing the eastern field point easily. Over that harm, grab the calf pawn there, scout car out there for Bulat and the Red Army, converging troops here, pushing up against VonManteuffel. We got the machine with Pioneers moving to deal with the Soviets around the center, west side there, machine holding up. HeartlessJaeger they're taking up, but we're going for some Panzer Grenadier. We'll have to see how many he goes for. If he goes for anything else besides those. Grab the eastern field pawn there steadily now. Sniper moving out here for the Red Army, 2 kills so far. 2 Germans dead. Pins were there suppressed by the MG42 here. Something to line of fire soon here on the west side. Sturm pinning pushed back by a small infantry push there by PS3yes. Center sniper up to a 3rd kill here. Which we're going to have to see how HeartlessJaeger will respond to that. Going for the eastern field with the Kugelwagen. Scout car that's for hits. Panzer Grenadier there for HeartlessJaeger. VonManteuffel for the additional Panzerfusilier with their anti-tank RAV grenades. Comes there's the MG42. And of course their Stielhandgranate. Comes in here from the input but sides. Pioneers routed. Panzer Grenadier out here for HeartlessJaeger. Strafbat routed as well. Sniper versus the Panzerfusilier quickly getting a shot before hightailing that out there. Unsurprisingly, scout car ready with a flamethrower engine in it. Nice little combo there. Popular with some players even to this day. Go charging right. Of course, need to be careful about the anti-tank RAV grenades. Further falling back here. Panzerfusilier pursuing. Kuhwagen knocked out. Quick kill here, in fact, from PC, a scout cut, but does look like his scout cut is about to light up like a torch on New Year's Eve. No, apparently it gets away there. Talk about luck there. Panzer Squad moving forward, so we're probably going to look at another note. Like to make a nice company for HeartlessJaeger. East side, their fuel point is falling to the German army here. The Panzerfusilier under VonManteuffel's command. Fortifying the center here a bit with mines to make any approach there from the Soviet army a bit more painful. Sniper there with 6 kills now, bleeding out there the Germans. Panzerfusilier moving forwards. Note that while the M24 grenade was, shall we say, the standard grenade of the German army, it wasn't the only grenade the Germans actually used. They also used the M39 Eierhandgranate or air-can grenade. In a way similar to the, more popular American frag grenade, except apparently still had to fit the fragmentation sleeve, at least for some versions. But it also was a grenade that was primarily, I think, intended for use for the Fallschirmjäger, so used by other troops, And as a fun fact, apparently there were versions of it that was excellent for booby traps. But there you go. Mine goes off, killing the scout car. But a Sturmpanzer scores well there. That's not a great trait there for VonManteuffel, though. Not great. Well, yeah, sorry about that. It's, it's an interesting grenade. Apparently to some degree almost as common as a shield hand grenade. It just doesn't really get talked about. It gets a lot, like, attention. So I think that was neat. VonManteuffel, they're pushing for looks here. We got the Panzerfleet routed here in the center machine up flanked here by the scout car as PS3yes goes for another attempt. Bulat with the guards for infantry. Panzer on the west, he needs to retreat. Scout car hits the mine. 2-2 out there for HeartlessJaeger, puts an end to that. Truly heartless there. PS3yes goes for the ever popular guard motor commander. So calling in some guards for in his own. I would be not surprised to also see a heavy mortar, maybe even 2 here versus the Germans. This also leaves HeartlessJaeger now as the only player without a commander chosen here. Without anything grabbed. Penalty ground, Eastern fuel pioneers pushing in for the engineers, almost getting wiped here. Telemines here from HeartlessJaeger. Thumbs up to that. Engineers wiped. Annihilated from the face of this earth here. Getting a bit more painful, though HeartlessJaeger definitely needs more infantry. He's inside here. Red Army growing back there. More telemines here from HeartlessJaeger doing spot here with the minesweepers. Theoretically, you could choose the armored car to try and fight the engineers to set off the mine. Since the autocannon can set off the mine, but guess he didn't want to try that. More focus on the penalty from this field point. Center there, penalty moving up here. Guardsmen advancing as well there. Could see another penalty or guard squad here from PS3yes, or again the heavy mortar. Also, I suppose they could start taking up soon-ish, but they won't be able to do much with it. The Germans have been able to like fairly deny the surge a good chunk of fuel there. Looks moving up here, heavy mortar for PS3yes. Not be surprised that the arrival of the looks might force more guardsmen here out of the place to have some more anti-tank rifles up this Germanic light tank here. Panzer wings to the engineers, line of fire here. Panzer pushing forwards here. Teams are being ripped apart here by G43 fire. Snutter fire off there as well. Strafbat flanking in, obviously wiping the Panzerfleet, and there you go. HeartlessJaeger commits to assault support, calling in the artillery field officer. Thumbs up. Nice addition there as well. Has some very nice utility if you remember to use all of that utility. Not all players are equally good at that, unfortunately. South side, we get engineers at the ready here. Guards rifling into squad number 2 out there for Bulat. Obviously just good infantry, but certainly with an enemy light tank on the field, having more of them certainly doesn't hurt. Before setting up here, heavy cover, but still, guards already in possession. We'll need something to help there, I think. The MD42 on the flank turns out to be exactly what was needed there. East side here, could maybe see some more mines here from Bulat. I mean, anything due to fortify, though, of course, they also understand wanting to preserve munitions for the DP light machine guns, so, there's certainly some conflicting resource needs there for Bulat. We got the mortar out here for PS3yes, down to bombard the German positions. Officer takes a hell of a hit. No casualties, but, they certainly have seen much better days being fairly low on health. And it's going to take basically, good old Soviet sneeze. They're going to drop dead like flies. So I think initially, there we go. Heavy mortar takes a casualty. Pintos gets another one. So not the best start there for HeartlessJaeger's artillery field officer. Looks pushing in here to assist the teammate there. East side though, we can see a larger infantry assault coming up here. Panzerfleet backing up the Sturmpioneer push. Noting though, there's not really a lot of defense. They've got troops coming up the flank here, the workshop area there. More Panzergrenadier here for HeartlessJaeger. Thumbs up to that. More Panzergrenadiers is always good. Snowball saying now the G for the female Panzerfleet. There we go. Bulat, they underestimated what VonManteuffel was doing there and completely had his sniper executed in cold Germanic blood. Hey, mortar here, 3 killed so far. Western fuel point remains safely in German hands. Second Panzergrenadier Group there for HeartlessJaeger. His artillery field officer is patched up once more. So the Surds are definitely a tougher time here. Bulat going for a T-70 light tank. PS3yes could also go for T-70 here. Try and swing hard against the Germans. And the Lux goes down here. Great kill for the Soviet army. Definitely going to put a bit of dent there in the German force composition. Gebalteladung almost attempted there, but is forced to retreat. East, we got troops up the Sturmpioneer. Tank command there for PS3yes, and T-70 there as well. So they're going to hope that the double T-70 combo can overwhelm the Germans. Considering that neither German player does have any anti-tank weapons, it could work out. Telefields are leading assault here. Grenade, satchel charge off. That's a bit more than a grenade, as they say. East side here, we got German troops forced to fall back here. Both Sturmpionier falling back here as Bulat launches a spirited assault here with the 375th Motorized Guards Rifle Brigade there. Got the guys pushed to the west side here, people from the west as well there. Teasing again machine here in the center. Snapping away there at the machine gun. And we got PS3yes teasing light tank also arriving. So suddenly things getting hotter here for the German army. HeartlessJaeger, though, could actually start taking up here soon and begin pushing for medium armor relatively fast. Again, the Germans have had some pretty solid field controls, so... While he probably wouldn't be able to do it safely on that Pack 40, I mean, you know, theoretically, I suppose it's really bold to go for a Panzerschreck upgrade and then rush out a Stube. That might be able to pull it off here. That's obviously me being a bit overly aggressive. Doing the Panzerfleet here with the T-7 light tank. Armored car there, 9 kills and then dead.
Enemies inflicting losses upon us.
Very dead. T-7 forwards here for PS3yes. Panzer was caught out in the open. Got the artillery field officer up close with his MP40s and of course his Luger, except the officer himself is dead, so it's just the MP40s. Sturmpionier is the penalty from the guardsmen. Need to hit that Sturmpionier score before it gets executed here in cold blood by the Red Army. Concussor grenade off. Not the Germans really had a concussor grenade. Like, that's technically the purpose of the Steel Hand Grenade. They were basically like meant, you know, to both, you know, harm and kill, but also just to stun. And in fact, apparently they were so popular that some American troops would, you know, grab them because they're actually better in some regards than that frag grenades for attacking. Because with the frag grenade, they actually had to wait a bit before they could follow up with the stun grenade, like Steel Hand Grenade. They could chuck it in, just wait a bit, then follow up immediately. So they're a bit better for offensive purposes in that sense. Anyways, artillery field officer wait there, and we do get the Panzerschreck upgrade, so he may actually be trying to push here for a faster Tier 3. Lots of mortar fire here, and I believe that was the heavy mortar bombardment called in there by the artillery field officer, perhaps. I came up for the T-70 there. Of course, if he does go for a Panzerschreck team, he may want to add another Panzer Grenadier squad for more regular infantry duties afterwards. Oh well. But otherwise, you know, if he can then push for some fast armor, that'd be, I think, the strongest move out of this Jaeger, and then maybe some more infantry down the road. Artillery field officer reinforcing, and yep, you can see that the heavy mortar barrage ability on cooldown. Panzerschreck team punctually catching the Strafbat out in the open. Pioneer, there's the Strafbat there as well. Decent moving towards the center. Down to the penal troopers here. Salvaging here the wreckage of the 2-2. Good work by VonManteuffel. Gute Arbeit. Panzerschreck and the Sturmpionier. So the Germans do a fair amount of Panzerschrecks. That said, VonManteuffels infantry has seen much better days. He's lost one of his Panzerfleet squads, but he's now adding in some Obersoldaten. Going for something a bit qualitatively heavier. He did also go for the Pack 40 then. Okay. Guess they're really concerned. There we go. That does result in the T-70 going utterly kaboom here. As Pack and Panzerschreck fire there. Oh, good Gott im Himmel! Woof! Almost got both Panzer Guard squads immediately wiped, and the second one may still go down pretty rapidly here. Oh! Scheiße. Bulat, that was a hell of a blow there to Bulat. He just lost all of his guardsmen. Wow, talk about a bundle grenade there. Talk about a bundle grenade.
Our brave infantry is dying.
Got mines here, though, from Bulat. He's going to need to, A, replace his infantry losses fast. And, you know, B, maybe, like, you know, be a bit more careful. He, like, you know, has both his guard squads, like, going to defensive positions or, you know, firing positions. Because the only thing they got fired there was them. Deep option, this artillery field officer. Nice little addition there. Thumbs up. Grenade on the MD-42. Pimps moving up here. Still, despite those losses, the Soviets are making some progress against the German army, but I mean, Bulat really needs to start spending some of that manpower. This is not sustainable even in the slightest. He's got 900 manpower, and he's just floating it despite having next to nothing on the battlefield. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with Bulat. Maybe he's just utterly shell-shocked, traumatized of the losses he just saw hand before his very eyes, and just a part of his mind is just pretending the guardsmen are still alive. It's like, don't worry, Squads 1 and 2 are alright. They're alright. No, Commander, they're dead. They're all dead. Murdered by the fascists. You have to realize it. No, they're all alive. They're perfectly fine and murdering Germans. More orbs on there for VonManteuffel. Time to call in some guard squads there, plus more field guns for Bulat. Some serious anti-tank firepower. We got orbs on here with infrared Sturmgewehrs. Thumbs up to that. Guess he might call in another squad of that as well. Take there straight for tier 4 for HeartlessJaeger. Bold and aggressive. Bold and aggressive. Field gun and a maximum there for PS3yes. Punch they're catching the Strafbite in the center. He lost the Panzerich Sturmpioneer. Like, there's some pretty intense infantry losses doing this fight for sure. But mostly VonManteuffel and Bulat is like the ones suffering them. PS3yes and HeartlessJaeger so far managing not like, you know, suffer Gallipoli like losses here. Or something more like other done, I guess. The Colonel's moving out here. Troops enforcing. We'll go for infantry Sturmgewehrs and MD-34. Panzer routed by the... So there we go. Artillery fire called in again here. Gonna take them out with some heavy mortar. Fire. Guardsmen pimping up the east side here, advancing steadily. Got the artillery fire in the center. We got the guardsmen versus them. Orbs are down here catching. Bulat's attempt to go for the car point here. Taking up as well there for PS3yes, not yet for Bulat. Need to be careful here, Bulat. Forsicht. Oh, careful, I don't know how you say that in Russian. But there you go, guardsmen routed. Artillery also still busy in the center, 6 kills vets need 2. Could consider calling in some smoke and then pulling out, maybe. Yep. East side here, Bulat keeps up the offensive, but he's running into more serious resistance here from the Germans under VonManteuffel. West side, you've got the pinch down by the MD-42 here, closing in on HC3. Back here, PS3yes base. We could go for the T-34 from 6, but I'm guessing we're going to go for the T-35. As for Bulat, Silence, he's got 2 field guns basically on parade. They just do nothing for now. Perhaps he went a bit too hard in. They're expecting, you know, immense German armored assault, and it just never happened. But we got the Sturmpanzer here for HeartlessJaeger and the German army. As for Mr. VonManteuffel, it is the Panzerkampfwagen 4 Ausführung J. Guardsmen are suppressed. Hey, more to the Vetchi 2 by 10 kills. Definitely been a pretty solid investment here for PS3yes. I would also not be surprised if it ends up going for another one at some point, because that could really put some pressure on the Germans. Panzer pushing forward with their bung grenades, their Sturmgewehrs, and their Raketen-Panzerbüchse. There you go, bung grenade. Almost did more damage to himself with that one. He did it with the enemy. Machine gun team lost here, bit of a blow there to HeartlessJaeger and the German army. More guardsmen up for PS3yes. As for Bulat, well, not really more infantry, but at least he's taking out. The question is, does Bulat now go for T-34s from 6s, or does he try and hold out for the ISU 152? PS3yes probably can go for the T-35 in a few seconds. Sturmpanzer out, and of course the Panzer IV Model J. So I think one thing VonManteuffel could consider like a flank assault for here, hit Bulat from an angle he doesn't expect, because, I mean, Bulat really doesn't have a lot of frontline troops. Like a good coordinated deep push could completely throw Bulat off and crush him. Again, like, he lost 2 guard squads. That's a lot of resources straight down the sink. Sturmpanzer moving forwards here. Getting the maximum. Good hit. They almost takes out the entire unit. East side here, though. VonManteuffel goes to the good old Prussian punch and goes straight at it here. Advancing up here, sweeping for mines as well. Very good. Need to, of course, keep support going. Except for the Sturmpioneer, so he actually, you know, doesn't forget about the mines and loses a lot of men to it. There we go. Ah, oh, VonManteuffel, my God. So yeah, that could have gone a lot better there. He just remembered there were mines. And now I got the feeling of Barney. So VonManteuffel assault, they just went completely sideways in a matter of seconds. Chief of the center, we got the machine gun there abandoned. We got here, the artillery needs to get out of there. T-35 strikes here for PS3yes, launches a heroic charge for the center, right into a Pack 40 and a pair of Panzerschrecks. At which point it becomes a heroic tactical regrouping here. Filgun setting back providing here the German Pack 40, but we got a Panzer squad moving into assist well on the flank here. Guards from the Pims will come on the flank of the Filgun though, could stop here the advance a bit. Geballte Ladungsauf here. Panzerschrecks flying all over the place, wrecking out the Maxim. And we'll have to see what HeartlessJaeger goes for next. Would it be a Tiger tank? Will it be Panthers? I don't know. But the Soviets are now controlling more or less both viewpoints here. This is great for them, and certainly going to be a quantitatively massive headache for the Germans. Bulat, at this point, is clearly stalling for the ISU. 152 heavy assault gun, grenades, and the machine gun do not quite have the impact they'd hoped for. Panzerwerfer on the way for HeartlessJaeger. Sturmpanzer there ripping through the Guardsmen. Feels that's definitely pushing it, but he's clearly betting a lot on the Panzerschrecks and that Pack 40 and keeping them alive here. Of course, that said, with an artillery field officer, there's obviously a really good incentive, you know, to get something like that, to get to, you know, double the amount of volume you get out of that one. Panzerwerfer almost done there for HeartlessJaeger.
Rocket vehicle has arrived. Contact! Enemy fire!
Pentacle getting hit. There we got delayed fuse mortar bombs here against VonManteuffel positions. The Germans have really been pushed back. They're in such a strong position, but despite crippling losses there, Bulat somehow, through the power of socialism and Marxist-Leninist ideology, was able to overcome the Germans. Pushing westwards, he got the Oberstein packed up, but the Panzer needs the officers forced to retreat. Got the Oberstein on the fire from the T-35 being hammered at. Strafbar there, sent packing in the face of a large German infantry assault here. Even the T-35 and the Hay mortar were not in time to halt this assault. Katyusha, or that Panzer barrage active, you can see there, quick retreat here from PS3yes, allowing HeartlessJaeger to move up here in the center. We got the Panzer backed up by a variety of other troops advancing, but there's a field gun ready to thwart VonManteuffel assault here. Bulat there is momentarily from the ISU 152. Panzerschrecks flying at the T-35. Only one hits though, and the Panzer Grenadiers are being absolutely ripped apart here, leaving a Panzerschreck behind of that. Rather hectic and chaotic action here. I managed to push through in the center spot. Everything I've got there. We go. Orbs on flank here. Blindsiding PS3yes here. Bulat seconds away from it. Floating a lot of manpower as well. He could easily go for another guard squad and still have the manpower for the ISU 152, but I'm guessing he's not confident and so wants to call this in before calling anything else in. I just needs to press the button. Bulat! The button. There we go. ISU, and again, manpower for the Guards Rifle Infantry Squad. Telemine in here, and we got an Orbit Blitz from HeartlessJaeger. Remember, he's got other things in the commander too. We set up the fuel point, a regular point, munitions point. There's certainly a few options there for HeartlessJaeger. Sturmpanzer team that's into one of the east side here. Panther forming up with a bit of infantry there. ISU being hauled to the front line here by Bulat and the Red Army. A towering slab of Stalin steel being unleashed upon the German army. Sturmpanzer shot there, and T-35 moving up here, and we got a HeartlessJaeger for PS3yes. He's running up here, pushing back the Sturmpanzer with some aggressive firepower here alongside the ISU 152. Almost Vecchi 2 there. But if it stays around for too long in front of the ISU 152, it won't get that far, that's for sure. Medics on the way there for VonManteuffel. Could be a King Tiger stall, I suppose he's trying next. There's obviously going to be a bit of a gambit there. Sets up the munitions point, so clearly it's going to focus being more air supportive with the strafing run and the fragmentation bomb. So the Soviets don't have a lot of anti-aircraft, so theoretically on the right timing, this could be quite handy there for HeartlessJaeger.
Our opponents are seizing the sector.
Hunt for the barrage again here. 10 kills. Again, can then get another barrage out of it with the coordinated barrage ability.
Are disrupted.
So far, though, Search maintain good map control, but they're definitely more pressured by the Germans despite the arrival of the ISU 152. More pioneers of HeartlessJaeger. Tifo leading an assault team onto the Pack 40. Punching at the flank here, aircraft knocked out of the skies. East side of attempt here for VonManteuffel up there. Is already encountering issues with the ISU 152, and there you got Orbison squad, well, half dead already. I'll push back, Pack 40 firing away there. Sturm pinning up with their Panzer 6. Panzer 6 flying off, then the T-45 finally got a push here. VonManteuffel goes in confident against the ISU 152, trying to slay the beast before it takes too many German lives. Can he do it? Panzer 6 landing the Asian 5 as well there. Under fire from the ISU, they are forced to retreat here. HeartlessJaeger forcibly orders men back to avoid total annihilation. Still, it has forced Bulat to fall back the ISU as the flank was clearly too exposed there, and this does allow the Germans to want the fuel point, so that's a small win nonetheless for the Germans. Despite knowing in a sense conclusive assaults on the battlefield, they were still able to make gains. Panzerjäger there on the way for VonManteuffel, the Jagd Panzer. As for HeartlessJaeger, who knows what he's planning. Ace Panzerfleet here for VonManteuffel, stood in for them being absolutely mauled. Sturm Panzer 82, Western Fuel falling here to PS3yes and the Red Army. Keeping up their heroic effort there. Ace level there on the HeartlessJaeger's artillery officer, and we even got a coordinated barrage off, I think in the west here. Thumbs up. It's like the one thing I think that kind of has the potential to make the Panzer actually kind of good is the access to like the coordinated barrage ability by the artillery officer, because again it just allows you to get twice as many barrages out of it. So, I mean, I feel like if you're going to go for like a Panzerwaffe, you really need to go for a commander with access to the coordinated barrage ability from an officer. Like either again the Luftwaffe version or focus on this one. Otherwise, you're just kind of going to waste the Panzerwaffe, I feel like. Panzer teaming up here for HeartlessJaeger. Panzer about the east, Orbison also retreating here. So it's definitely need to get a bit more grasp in some respects, I feel like. Of course, at the same time, they have a lot of long-range firepower thanks to the ISU 152, so obviously they don't go super hard, but they do need to pressure the Germans a bit hard, I think, in some respects. And I still think Bulat could do with a bit more infantry, though admittedly so could PS3yes, but he's at least making up for those losses. Bulat, not so much. More mines in the east from Bulat, very good, thumbs up to that. Good shot from the Pack 40 here, gaining Mechanized target recon being lined up here. That is quickly halted by the arrival of the CoH2 barrage there from PS3yes and the Red Army. All Blitz can provide munitions here for HeartlessJaeger en masse. Got a wipe there with the Panzerwaffe, I think. At least sounded like 27 kills on the Panzerwaffe so far again. Coordinated barrage really unlocks the power of it, I think. Double packs here from HeartlessJaeger, and there it goes straight ahead. T-45 knocked out, quite a blow there to PS3yes Panzerwaffe barrage off here, I think, against Bulat's positions. 30 kills, Veti 2. Not the most impressive barrage, but again, with the artillery field officer, he can just go for another one. ISU 152, they're close to Veterans 1. He's 7 kills. Not quite unlocking its full potential as of yet. And PS3 is all starting to suffer the signs of attrition here. Wear and tear. Field's been crept forward here by Bulat. Storm Panzer moving out. Jagd Panzer out. They are technically Panzer 4-70V. The Guardsmen the advancing Ace Panzer going to hit 10 kills. Ace Love Guardsmen are very wisely falling back in the face of that. Orbs coming out again. Looks like they're going to move to the west side as well. Attempt to fix something again, sneak up for him in the east. I feel like that's a bit of nose up from VonManteuffel, but oh well. Heavy mortar has also been lost at some point. That's only a bit of a blow there to the Soviets. And Guardsmen then being absolutely pulverized here with the Sturmpanzer, which is still alive, halfway to the theatre, falling forwards into the packs here. Jagdpanzer, of course, as well. They're doing heavy damage. And there you go. The HeartlessJaeger is destroyed. Quite a blow there to PS3yes. His forces are now fairly depleted here. Fairly depleted. Something drastic will need to happen here. Field guns there for PS3yes. East side here, we got engineers. Pims are about to be in the line of fire of the Germans. There we go. Panzer Barrage released against Bulat. ISU with 9 kills. Katyusha found the forces back. VonManteuffels clump of infantry there. Artillery officer charging in there. 11 kills. Calling in a coordinated barrage here in the Guardsmen. Quickly dodged though. Sturmpanzer rushing in, Panther forming in, Panther 4-70B as well there, filled with HeartlessJaeger. ISU up now, and the Sturmpanzer could take it out here. Could be a mistake by HeartlessJaeger that could be exploded by the Soviets. Mark target, but it gets away. Panther 4 there, it's actually the one to mark though. And we got strafing runs here from HeartlessJaeger, causing the Germans a bit of a headache. Or the Soviets, I mean. The ISU's pinlight machine could fire at it, maybe take it down here. Yeah, Panther 4 going for it. There you go. ISU gets the aircraft. Field something the Panther 4-70D here. Need to pull it back before it's destroyed here. Might be too late though. No! It gets away. Talk about luck on the Germans. First Sturmpanzer, now the Jagdpanzer. That is incredible. Like the Panther 4 also gets away. Good God. Has the luck run out though? Sturmpanzer caught, they're being repaired. Could get knocked out. We got the button down, the ISU that's not pursuing here. And the Sturmpanzer looks like it's going to escape for the second time. The absolute nerve of the Germans. HeartlessJaeger here could go for the Tiger tank now. Veterans 1 gained the ISU 152. That's for VonManteuffel. He's not far away from a Tiger 1 of his own. Panzerwerfer with another barrage here. Katyusha films in the line of fire. The Katyusha somehow survives. The field and crews, not so much. Continuing the infantry assault here, trying to take out those field guns, finish them off. The ISU doing a counter-fire into the advance of the Germans there. 13 killed, veterans 1, there you go. Artillery field also moving up here. T for the force from 6 rushed out here by Bulat. Katyusha again for PS3yes, no armor. Just Katyushas. Not entirely sure how I feel about that, but okay. Tiger tank on the move here for HeartlessJaeger. VonManteuffel again could go for the Tiger 1. Or he could, of course, go for the Tiger 2. Both at this stage, I think, are fairly viable options. Pack right here into the ISU. That's definitely a mistake here by HeartlessJaeger. Bit of a slip up. Misclick, who knows. Either way, the pack crew is dead. Could be seized for the surge. It could, of course, be destroyed. We got the Tiger engaging here. Field guns at the ready. Firing to the Tiger tank here. Tiger tank being pushed back. West side of it, the guards versus the Panzer Grenadier here. Ace-Love swarming up there. 10 kills. Geballte Ladung. More rocket fire here. Just hitting absolutely sod all, though. Panzer moving up here. Good shot on the ISU 152, which is getting close to Veteran 2, though. Panzer barrage there, striking into the Soviet lines here. ISU not really hitting anything. There we go. Shooting at the Jagdpanzer. For some reason, he's not firing armor-piercing rounds, though. Got it, though, with the field guns. Jagdpanzer's kaput. Decent kill there for the Soviets. They've got a blow there to VonManteuffel, but he also goes for the Tiger 1, so no Tiger 2s here. ISU ripping into the advancing German elite troops here under VonManteuffels command. People falling back, heavily damaged. Charge here into the ISU is very bold here by VonManteuffel, honestly. Very bold. Panther 4 Tigers moving up here. It's a pretty heavy armored assault here from the Germans. ISU really needs to switch armor-piercing rounds now, I think. But seems like Bulat is pretty insistent. He doesn't want to do that. Panther 4 there. About to get knocked up. We got to find the field guns pushing them back here. Yes, and there's another coordinated barrage here. Or was it just a mortar barrage? Looks like it's a mortar barrage. Still firing high explosives. Still a refusal to switch to armor-piercing rounds here from Bulat. I do not know why. Storm Panzer bombarding near the ace line on that one. 21 kills. Really an odd decision here by Bulat. One that does baffle me as to why he would not choose to like help, you know, knock out the German armor with his heavy assault gun. There you go. He does gain ready to increase rate of fire. I probably could have that soon had like, you know, taken a few shots in the German tanks. Just saying. As for PS3, yes, more infantry out there, but he's still suffering a bit. They could try and go up on the west side a bit more, harass there, grab some points. But the fight is definitely sort of getting more sucked into the vortex that is the center of the map here. Panzer with 39 kills. Thumbs up to that. Aishu lands another good hit there. 21 kills. PanzerJaeger's routed. Tiger's bombarding here. Units wiped on the treated by the CoH2 rocket strike here. Not so sure which unit got wiped, but something did get wiped. Further captures there. T-34 is almost there for Bulat. Shot fired, Panther moving up. Oberson Panther almost wiped out here. More rocket strikes, almost wiped the Oberson. That's close to getting pretty bloody there for VonManteuffel. Sturmpanzer moving up here, going in hard here for the German Reich. Straight at the Panzer, or the penal troopers there. Aishu finally switching to armor piercing rounds. Finally got the memo. T-34 the knocked out, quite a brother to Bulat. So PS3yes, he's just bleeding out. He's not calling any tanks. There he goes, going for an HG5. That's something, I guess. Telephobes moving forward here to the Aishu's line of fire. Tiger tank keeps up the pressure against the Red Army. Got 285, 276. Shot bounces. Wow, that's pretty unlucky there for Bulat. Not for VonManteuffel, of course. That's pretty lucky. Almost got the Panda 4 here. Aishu did get a penetrating hit on that one. And another to the strike here from the German army there. Go field gun wiped out. But he did take out the Panther. That's a small win for the Soviets. Other Titanium 40. Got Panzers flanking around the Guardsmen here. The situation for the Red Army continues to sort of steadily not improve here. Titan gets a good penalty on the Aishu frontally. Aishu should be able to return the feet here though. Can actually line out and shoot. There you go. And we got Mark targeting the Tiger tank, forcing that one to blitz out of there. Arrest destruction. Shot. Didn't quite go through, still did some damage. Tiger tank also heavily damaged here, also marked. Katyusha moving up here for PS3yes and the Red Army. Final dispatch from troops westward to grab some points up there. Thumbs up, definitely necessary. Again, they sort of kind of got really like dragged into like a brutal match for attrition. These just weren't winning. Pack 4, they're being absolutely murdered.
We have lost a pack gun.
Ground western points. More people were there for PS3yes.
Half-track ready. The enemy is taking our territory.
City advance Nisha for VonManteuffel. Aishu 152 moving up here, very close to the veteran fleet, but switch over to high explosives again. Main good progress on the west, though some troops are pushed back, if not wiped. 49 kills on that Panzerwerfer. Almost got it there. We got the Sturmpanzer plus the artillery field coming in to deal with that particular issue here. And PS3yes then very rapidly gets out of there. Understandably so. They got the Panzer squad pushed back. Eastern Victor Point over to the Red Army 1 spot plus the Eastern Field Point. Panzer there taking an absolute hell of a hit from the Aishu. Almost wiped up. We got the Panzer teaming up though. They could also suffer the wrath of it. Another loss on the Panzergrenadiere. Guardsmen moving up west side. The Sturmpanzer keeps moving up. He keeps hammering away that PS3yes left flank. It's going to force him to pull in the tank reserve for that. Panzer team there encounters the Aishu 152 and the assaults are not pretty. Tiger tank they're moving up here. That's the fire side explosive. Of course, it is vulnerable to the Tiger tank. Almost got the Panzer team here. The T-34 being engaged with the other Tiger tank and the Panzer team has got the field gun here ready, but the other one is gone. That's going to be tough to hold. We got a Panther now for VonManteuffel. Unit there, I think, obliterated here. Super close to the east on that one. Guardsmen and Pumas were out here from the concussive grenades there. Puny moving on the west side here. Near the ace on that eye shoot. T-54 of course, need repairs. We've got another field gun there for Bulat. PS3yes. Still could do with some tanks, but he lacks the fuel. Strafbot, they're routed. VonManteuffel tagging in there. Bit of a strafing run. Almost got the pack crew, but ultimately fell short there of the desired goal. Assuming forward, still high explosives, no armor piercing rounds. Tiger shot bounces though. Switching back to armor piercing rounds, these supporting. Oh, Katyusha's too close, too close, too close. Shot bounced. ISU can fire now. There we go. Good shot. Super close to the east. So we got another break from a German in from the east side here. ISU shoots, but he's now firing armor piercing rounds. Panther moving up here. Katyusha firing down death. Wipes one of VonManteuffel squads there almost. Tiger tank almost knocked out here though. And down it goes. More decisive kill here for the Germans. Do get smoked, but it's too late, let's say, for VonManteuffels Tiger tank. Leaving just for the Panther here. Could this be the beginning of another third comeback? Tiger tank here suffering heavy damage roll there from the Soviet tank destroyers and heavy assault gun suffering intense damage. Push back here. Can the Soviets exploit this opportunity? Can they move forwards? Or will they falter? Panther versus the Guardsmen. Got the ISU by that east level there. Giving an even higher rate of good mobility. And even good accuracy there we go. Shoots but misses despite that. Lucky there for VonManteuffels Panther. Panther goes to the Pumas on the west. Good shot on the Panther here. VonManteuffel being pushed further back. There's Bulat being good progress in the east. But we can see in the west though, HeartlessJaeger still rules like a tyrant. Here's the Sturmpanzer here. Unsurprisingly, that's going to be a very one-sided engagement unless something that's going to rival like the U-5 here. And of course, the ISU could also assist against the Ace Sturmpanzer under HeartlessJaeger's command. Bit of anti-aircraft fire there. Another elite infantry push over for VonManteuffel without any sort of major support against armor. They're going to get like pretty quickly stopped here by the T-34-6. So the Panthers arriving now to switch that a bit. Katyusha fire also a problem here for the German infantry, obviously. They are quickly able to dodge it. Ultimately, it seems like the German success in the east side here against VonManteuffel were somewhat short-lived, as VonManteuffel was able to quickly plug in the gap there. West side there, a bit of sneaking about here. But the Sturmpanzer is already there, hot on PS3yes penal troopers' tail there, and will need to retreat them soon before the Sturmpanzer utterly evaporates them. And it's already well underway for doing that. HeartlessJaeger arriving here to damage the Sturmpanzer a bit there. And with marked target, it could go down, particularly with the Guardsmen there buttoning it down here, so increase the chance of maybe taking out the Sturmpanzer there. One more hit, and that thing's going to go up in flames to the HeartlessJaeger there eventually too, but can it catch up? Oh, the shot bounces! Now we got here, HeartlessJaeger not having an event, rushing his Tiger tank backed up by the Panzerich team in the HeartlessJaeger. Main gun out! Striking in there for the right, the HeartlessJaeger is kaput. HeartlessJaeger truly is heartless. Field gun there for PS3yes. In the east here, Bulat fighting for his life against the VonManteuffel forces. ISU 152 hanging back here, 34 kills. More rocket fire here. Panthers running out for VonManteuffel feeling a fair bit of manpower. You could consider more infantry or some support weapons like machine guns or light infantry guns. I think there's a few opportunity for HeartlessJaeger to pursue here versus the Soviets. Panther rushing straight down and tank front here from Bulat. What will the Surge try next? Some anti-tank rifles left about there. He's actually just primarily relying on penal troopers here. Got a 2-2-2 for HeartlessJaeger. I imagine he's going to use that to maybe hunt down a Katyusha or use it as a spotter. But I think the only two primary uses I can see for 2-2 at this part of the match is just spotter or, you know, suicide tool to take out a Katyusha. So the field officer is the penal troopers. They of course got an issue backing up the penal troopers. Sturmpanzer moving out. Force the fall back here. Better till it called in there. Strafbar there almost wiped out. Force retreat for the end point neutral. Panther there down a half health. In the east, the assault continues here from VonManteuffel. It's not slowing down. The guy in HeartlessJaeger found way for Bulat. PS3yes. Oh, Katyusha barraged out right into the advance of the Sturmpioneer, ripping apart here from VonManteuffels men. He's floating a lot of manpower, guessing it's either Tiger 1 or Tiger 2. Panther's about to get knocked out. Main gun is kaput. Shot bounces off there at the last minute. Still close there from VonManteuffels Panther. Germany for being murdered. Sturmpioneer wiped. West side of PS3yes goes forth to machine gun flank. Could get wiped out and seized by the Red Army. In the east, though, the fighting is at its thickest here. And from VonManteuffels forces are bloodily repulsed here in an absolutely insane melee. Tiger tank pushing westwards here, more than halfway to the ace level there. Pimps was righted. They did grab the MD-42, but we'll need to retreat them in face of the Tiger tank here. May not make it back home. Yep, pop goes the weasel there. It's going to try and grab the Pimps squad here, but I think there's a good chance the Tiger just wipes them out. Got the field gun here opening out. Pimps was wiped, and that machine is going to wipe. So that's an entire Pimps squad just wiped without really seeing much there for PS3yes. Great though for HeartlessJaeger. His Tiger tank near the ace level now. It's firing forwards here, and there we go. Second Tiger tank off of VonManteuffel in the final 5th Schwere Panzerabteilung. Shots flying at the Tiger tank, taking off 1/3 of his health total there in a matter of seconds. Pimps are being hammered here on the west side here. We got the Tiger tank up here for HeartlessJaeger. And we got the issue for Heart here for PS3yes. ISU rolling ahead here. The lumbering behemoth through the mud and the mire. Planting going back here in the east. Look at the Panther barrage here from HeartlessJaeger. 54 kills. 56. 60 actually. Full wipe on the guard squad there. But the Red Army has actually been able to push the Germans back once more though. Again, at a high cost to Bulat, it would appear, calling in fresh guardsmen though. Tiger tank there, super close to the ace level here. Panther is actually 2 Sturmpanzer charging in here. Fearlessly, it would appear. And then probably hightailing out of there, not so fearlessly, as it goes down to half health. West side, a bit of breakthrough attempt here by HeartlessJaeger. He's got plenty of munitions for both strafing runs and fragmentation bombs. May want to start utilising them a bit here as the Soviets to deflect a slightly more serious blow to the Red Army. Tiger tank moving up here. Fighting on the centre continues, which has just been run into an absolute wasteland here. Tiger tank Panther moving up here. T-Foot takes it from the Tiger tank. Issue takes it from the Panther. A lot of fire from ISUs, HU-5s, field guns, you name it. Strafing run here from HeartlessJaeger around the centre. Cook calling a fragmentation bomb to assist the team here in the east. I mean, he's got plenty of munitions. And I think the Stuka got shut down pretty fast, actually, by the ISU. Pack they're gaining veterans who want. Target weak point meet utilised. There goes stuns the ISU. Tiger tank in the east here marked for death by the Soviet army being pushed back. Got HeartlessJaeger's in the ace. Tiger tank charging in for Deutschland. Panther barrage there. Almost got the Katyusha. Tiger tank blitzing in for Deutschland. Deutschland vorwärts. There we go. Panther rushing in. Fragmentation bomb there. Almost got something there, but at least stand up some units there. ISU destroyed. A hell of a blow here to the Red Army. Bulat certainly is looking much weaker now. Field in fact run by VonManteuffels elite infantry. Panther keeps punching away there as well. HU-5 almost knocked out. Tiger tank holding back. Sturmpanzer moving forwards. VonManteuffel assault there is thwarted here by the Katyusha. But the Tiger tank is now being dispatched once more. Almost got the Pimps squad here. 128 versus 269. Pim's advancing on the center.
Crew, get ready.
There's the Panther. Good shot from the TIE tank on the HD5. Another HD5 for Bulat. No more issues for him, that's for sure. Almost got the center there. Field Officer Boa is still alive here with 24 kills, and the Panther with 64. You can get a field cache up here from HeartlessJaeger. Seems a bit redundant. He's even calling in another Orbital Blitz. And building more munitions caches. I mean, that is an option. So there you go. Another HD5 tank shell for Bulat. PS3yes with, well, also tank shell, more penal troopers. No guardsmen left for him. He hasn't replaced them at all. Storm Punters only acting as bait. Quick counterattack needs to reclaim the fuel or keep the fuel point out of Bulat's hands. 169. Bulat with another marked target, I imagine on the target tank. Yep. Target tank under VonManteuffel command team veterans who won there, and the command tiger ability. Probably won't use it. Is there. Almost got the T-34 from 6. Actually, fired them handle the target tanks well. Panther joining in. Oh, he does use it. He does use the command tiger ability against Vetchi feature in the process. Giving it, as you know, they're quite the rate of fire when those two are stacked together. He's coming forward. See it. Quite heavy fighting here. HeartlessJaeger's not doing much. Oh, no, much. Fragmentation bomb called in here. Almost got there. His field gun crew. H5 destroyed. Bulat's armor is gone. Kaput. Burning on the fields of the Eastern Front. And that we got, I guess, a GG moment. As the Germans calling GG. Got the Allies. Who's about to get knocked out? Yeah, they just dropped out. There you go, GG, game over. A blow to the Red Army. A fierce, brutal match here on the Eastern Frontier between these four players. Quite heavy fighting there. Close at times for the Surge could have won there, but tactically, I think they sort of relied too much on brute force. They, I think, should try to outmaneuver the Germans a bit more. They also could have committed a bit more to heavy mortars earlier, some more guards. I feel like some moments there where I think they could have just pushed a bit hard and maybe succeeded. But oh well, hope you enjoyed this match, though. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell a friend, tell a family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial Links. Cheers. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.